In the wake of her husband's recent felony child abuse accusation, Jenelle Evans went out on the water for the day with her children. The Teen Mom star posted a brand new TikTok on Sunday that included her husband, 35-year-old David Eason, and their children, 9-year-old Kaiser and 6-year-old Ensley. The 14-year-old oldest kid of Jenelle was not present for the family outing, despite reports that in September, David had beaten him in front of a neighbor's house. In the video, the 32-year-old Jenelle was seen bringing her family out on a boat for lunch together in the chilly weather. For the enjoyable outing, the family was dressed warmly in coats, beanies, and sweatshirts. With 2 enormous bags of takeaway in her lap, the MTV personality initially recorded them all in the car. Then she showed her 2 children sitting comfortably inside the boat, eating large portions of their food, and exclaiming that it was the best day ever. The family headed to a bakery to pick up some donuts for the trip home after finishing their dinner. Jenelle announced that it was a #Good Morning in her caption. Despite David's recent charge of child abuse being escalated to a felony, Jenelle and her spouse seemed to be in a pleasant mood. Before the adolescent fled for a 3rd time on September 28, the Teen Mom 2 alum is said to have abused his stepson, Jace. According to court records exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun, David willingly harmed the teenager, leaving bruises on his arm and neck. After the alleged event, Jace was placed under the custody of Child Protective Services. The U.S. Sun was exclusively informed on Friday by a North Carolina court clerk that David had been charged with child abuse for his alleged attack on Jenelle's son. On January 10, a clerk said that David was in court. They found enough evidence to take his case out of district court, where misdemeanors are held, and bring it to Superior, the spokesperson for the court stated. District court hears misdemeanors, traffic, and other infractions, whereas felony cases are heard in Superior. The district attorney's office stated that although a grand jury was convened on January 10, the case pertaining to the 35-year-old's alleged child abuse had not yet been updated in their system. Early in October, the U.S. Sun published the first information regarding Jace's purported injuries. After making his 3rd escape from Jenelle's house, the teenager was brought to the hospital, where he reportedly claimed David had attacked him in front of medical professionals, a therapist, the Columbus County Sheriff of North Carolina, and a CPS employee. Authorities found marks on his arms and neck, the source said at the time. According to a source, Jace told medical authorities that the violent event happened the night before he fled, and that witnesses saw the attack. They added that a Ring camera had recorded the entire evening and that there were witnesses to the attack. CPS documented the entire incident, they stated. After that, his grandma Barbara took up the teenager's care. But in the middle of November, authorities learned that Ace had spent roughly 2 days running away from his grandmother's house. Following the most recent episode, he was admitted to the hospital and is still being monitored by a physician.